What if I told you that you could earn millions online without ever having to be famous yourself? No, really, it's not just possible, it's a huge, booming industry. And in this explainer, we're going to break down the exact playbook for becoming a successful influencer marketer.
Okay, so think about names like Ayush Shukla or Viraj Seth. You've probably never heard of them, right? But last year, their businesses pulled in millions in revenue. Now, these guys aren't famous creators or celebrities. So what is their secret? How on earth are they doing it?
Well, the answer is surprisingly simple. They're influencer marketers. They are the essential link in this whole creator economy. They're the bridge between the people making awesome content and the brands who are dying to reach their audience.
Now you might be thinking, okay, so they're just a middleman. And yeah, in a way, you're right. But it is an absolutely vital role. An influencer marketer solves a huge, nagging problem for both creators and brands. And that right there, that's where the opportunity is.
This right here breaks down the problem perfectly. I mean, think about it. On one side, you've got creators. They are totally swamped just making videos, editing, and keeping their community happy. They have literally zero time to go hunting for brand deals or try to figure out some dense legal contract. Then, on the other side, you have the brands, and they're just as lost. They have no idea which creators are the real deal, what a campaign should even cost, or how to negotiate a fair price. They desperately need each other, and that's where you come in. You are the solution that connects them.
So where do you even start? Well, the first step, and honestly, this is the most critical one, is to choose your niche. You've got to pick one industry, just one, and really own it. Becoming the go-to person in a specific space is how you build credibility, and that credibility is everything for long-term success. And to make this choice a little easier, you can use this simple little thing called the 3C framework. First up is curiosity. What industry are you actually interested in? You're going to be living and breathing this stuff, so you better enjoy it. Second is capability. Think about the long game. What special skills or value can you bring to the table? And third, the big one, commercial value. To put it bluntly, where's the money at?
And that third C is a really, really big deal. Let's be real, not all industries are created equal when it comes to marketing budgets. Your earning potential is directly tied to how much money brands in your niche are willing to spend. Someone working with finance creators will almost always make more than someone working with food creators, just because finance brands have way bigger budgets and a higher CPM. It's a huge factor to think about.
Okay, so once you've picked your playground, it's time for step 2, building your roster of talent. This is all about finding and handpicking the creators you're going to represent.
Now, here's a pro tip. You're not going after the megastars with millions of followers, and you're not looking for the tiny accounts either. The sweet spot, the absolute gold mine, is creators with somewhere between 500 and 500,000 followers. They're big enough to have a real audience, but they're still growing and super hungry for the brand deals they don't have time to find themselves.
But don't just grab anyone in that range. You got to have a checklist. Is their engagement real, or is it a bunch of fake followers? Is their channel actually active, getting at least 100,000 views a month? And this is so important, are they reliable, punctual? Remember, you're trying to find the rising stars, not the ones who've already hit their peak.
Your goal here is to be methodical. Build a spreadsheet, get organized, and make a list of 30 to 50 of these high-potential creators in your niche. And trust me, that carefully built list, it's going to be your most valuable asset. Okay. So you've got your niche, you've got your list of creators, now we get to the fun part. Step 3, finding the brands with money to spend and figuring out the perfect way to pitch them.
Finding brands is way easier than you'd think. First, just go look at your creators' competitors and see who's sponsoring them. If a brand's already spending money there, they're probably looking for more partners. Second, just search hashtags like #ad or #sponsored on social media. It's like a direct list of companies ready to pay. And third, just pay attention to the ads you see on Google and Facebook in your niche. Any company running ads is already thinking about marketing. Now, listen up, because this right here is a crucial piece of strategy. You have to wear 2 different hats. When you talk to creators, you're an influencer marketer who finds them awesome deals. But when you talk to brands, you are the brand partnership manager for that creator. It's a small tweak, but it completely changes how they see you. It makes you sound like you're part of their inner circle, not some outsider. And that gives you way more power in negotiation.
So when you send that first email to a creator, you have to sound like a big deal right away. Using a line just like this one is so effective. Just by name-dropping a couple of major brands you've researched, you make the creator feel like you're already established and connected. It seriously boosts your chances of getting a reply, even if you're just starting out.
All right, let's talk about closing that very first deal.
Because this isn't just about making one connection. It's about laying the foundation for your entire business.
So, you've done it. You made the connection, a brand and a creator are working together, a deal is happening, the brand's paying the creator, it's all good. But wait a minute, what about you? How do you actually get paid?
And this, right here, is the secret that separates the amateurs from the pros. On your very first deal with a new creator, you take zero commission. Nothing. Your payment isn't money, it's trust.
Let's call this the trust-first strategy. By getting them a paid deal transparently without asking for a single dime, you prove two things. One, you can get results, and two, you're completely trustworthy. That one move turns you from a random stranger into an essential part of their team, and it locks in a profitable relationship for the long haul.
So here's what your growth path looks like. Deal number 1 is all about building trust, so you take 0%. But after that, oh yeah, you're earning your commission on every single deal, usually somewhere between 10 and 30%. Once you've landed a few deals for that first creator, use that success to bring on more creators from your list. And from there, the next logical step is launching your own agency.
Because that's the end game. That's where the real wealth is built in this business. It's not in one-off deals. It's in creating an agency. Agencies manage massive, 6-month, year-long campaigns for major brands, using a whole roster of creators. This is the point where you go from being a solo operator to running a real, full-scale B2B company.
So it all really boils down to this one last critical question. As you start out on this journey, are you focused on building quick, short-term transactions, or are you focused on building long-term, trust-based relationships? Because your answer to that question, well, that's going to determine everything.